Now that iOS 27 public beta is likely going to be released tomorrow or sometime this upcoming week, I'm going to go ahead and share with you 10 of the most underrated features that's available on iOS 27 beta. And of course, I'll be sure to include timestamps to all the subjects in the description down below for your pleasure. Let's start off with my number 10 pick. And that's probably going to be the Scheme tool, finally available on CarPlay. You don't know how useful this is. If you're listening to like a podcast, maybe listening to like a video, the audio off of video, the ability to scheme through your Apple CarPlay head unit is super convenient, especially when you're trying to skip to the boring parts or resume where you last left off. So much safer doing it this way versus, I know some of us do this, but taking out your phone and then manually scheme through it on your device display. Having it right there on CarPlay makes it much more convenient and safer. My number 2 is the video captions. I think this is probably one of the most underestimated features a part of iOS 27 is thanks to Siri AI, it's able to give you captions on video recordings you have captured. This way, you can just read what's going on without having to put your device on, raise the audio. The built-in captions are really impressive and super useful. This is the same technology we've seen in the past from Apple with when you're having like a FaceTime call, it has the ability to do captions. It's quite nice that Apple integrated it for all video purposes, even the ones that you recorded off your phone. Now for number 8 is probably the EQ finally available on AirPods. A feature that we all been requesting for like the longest time. EQ settings for AirPods is now officially here. As long as your AirPod is an H2, which means they has the built-in H2 chip. So like your AirPod Pro 2nd gen, 3rd gen, AirPods 4, active or non-active noise cancellation, and of course the new generation AirPod Max have an H2 chip. So you will have this cool ability to finally be able to adjust the EQ settings on your AirPods. Now for number 7 has to be the split bill. The split bill is just one of those convenient tools that's nice that's finally there. So if you're going out dining with your friends, family, maybe a group of 4, you can now just send a split bill check to all the parties in there. They could claim what they were eating as soon as your phone scans a receipt, and then you'll be able to just invoice everybody else in the group chat all off your phone. Super quick, and they also receive a copy of the receipt as well, so that's kind of cool. Now the Safari Notify Me, this is my top 6 feature. This feature is pretty cool because this is all first party. Normally you had to use third parties to be notified whenever there's a deal going on a certain product or an update on a website. It could be like your work schedule or something like that. Thanks to this new Safari tool, you just type in what you want Siri to keep an eye out on your behalf. The most common one is obviously a price jump or a price decrease, especially if you're looking for like a used car or a new vehicle, just to name an example. Whenever there's a price decrease, you will be notified immediately off your phone that a price decrease happened. So I think that's kind of cool. Now for number 5, Siri Shortcut app. The Siri Shortcut app is really awesome now because now it's user-friendly. Hesitation that I used to have with the Siri shortcut in general is that you have to know how to program these shortcuts. But thanks to Siri AI, you can just tell Siri what you like it to do, and it will generate the shortcut on your behalf. And 9 times out of 10, it will actually work exactly what you described. So this Siri shortcut automation that you can actually program is super useful and really easy to make. Now, if you've been enjoying this video so far, like to support the channel, if you can, kindly take 2 seconds and hit that like button. Like really does help out the channel, as that allows the channel to be powered by you guys, the viewers, which is why you don't see brand sponsorship segments taking like a minute or 2 off your time. So thank you so much for those that took the time on doing that. Let's carry on. For number 4, Siri AI search on your phone. So with the new Siri AI, it can search anything on your phone, first party or third party apps. Super helpful, especially when you ask general questions like when was the last email that I received from like a certain website. It will go through the main mail app on your phone as well as third party apps and will bring up that information right there for you. It's super useful. You can also use it for like photos. If you're unsure what kind of drink you had like at Disneyland, it will actually pull up the image of the drinks that you had in Disneyland, thanks to location, of course. But yeah, this Siri AI search across your entire phone, super useful. I also like the fact that it can actually see what you see on your screen. So if there's like a product, you could just ask the question about the like the release date, and just based off using context clue, like you're on what's on your display, it's able to pull up that information really easy and quick. Now for number 3 is has to be the minimize timer. So for like the longest times, Apple iPhones always had like the time on your lock screen to be fixed on this large format. You can now minimize it. And this also allows your phone to have a much cleaner screen layout like an Android phone. In addition to that, you could keep your subject in center and frame, so like a puppy or something like that, and you know, because it's your phone, where to look to see the current time. But to everybody else, they'll just see the wallpaper. So I think that's really nice. It's a nice little customization tool right there. Now for number 2, has to be, again with the wallpaper, is the capability to finally extend your wallpaper. So if you have a lock screen and the subject isn't really in the proper place for your lock screen wallpaper, you can now extend it. That's really awesome. Makes having like your childhood, not childhood, but like your precious photos, memorable photos on your lock page look much pleasant and such, in the sense now you can actually frame it right and hit extend. That's pretty cool. And then for number 1, it's again another photo extension. That's just the ability to do that in general. Gone are the days of me having to go into Photoshop and use the generator to extend a photo in case the subject is in center and frame. Siri can now do it. And 9 times out of 10, it's pretty consistent and accurate. It's so good that it can actually generate decent looking vehicles. That was one of my biggest concerns, but it did generate this weird hybrid Buick Jaguar thing I noticed. But if you're not looking for it, the subject is in frame and it looks extremely natural. Even on people too, I noticed it looks really great. But other than that, there you guys have it. Those are my top 10 underrated features on iOS 27 to definitely be looking out for, especially with tomorrow, the chance of the public beta finally being released. So now you know what to do as soon as you get that beta. And be sure to stick around, because I do have a in-depth video showing you over 60 new features and changes on iOS 27 that will become available. But in the meantime, if you'd like to watch more, highly recommend checking out this video there, where I go through all the new changes and features that's available on CarPlay on this version of iOS 27 to get you prepared for the public beta for tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow, who knows. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching.